Good morning. Let's get the volume down on this a little bit. Here we go. I need to preset it so that it automatically drops down to a good thing. We've got a lot of shadow going on. Let's go. What's that about? Is that blocking the light? Oh, that's part of it. Morning, Susan. As you can probably tell, once more we are coughing and spluttering, and this cold just doesn't want to go away. Which is why I wasn't here yesterday. Sorry guys, but I woke up feeling terrible, and I went back to sleep, and the next thing I knew it was 4 o'clock. It happens, okay? I still don't feel great. I just can't seem to shake this thing off. It doesn't want to go away. It keeps going away and coming back and going. It's like you're almost well. You're back to I just feel a bit groggy. And then it wanders back and goes, and another thing. So, we are still a bit throaty. We are dosed up on flu meds. Again. And then people keep saying to me, well, if you've been on flu meds for so long, you need to go to the doctor. And I'm like, it's a virus. They can't do anything. All they're going to do is say, well, we can't give you anything. Keep taking paracetamol. And I'll say, I can't take paracetamol. Yeah, I hope I kick it soon too, because I'm sick of being sick. It's getting irritating now. I've got things to do. God damn it. But I have to keep reminding myself that it's okay to take things easy. Do I need to work? Yes, I need to work. Do I have a lot to do? Yes, I have a lot to do. Is it okay to just say, well, I may have a lot to do, but I'm sick, so I'm just going to veg for a bit? Yes. It's when you're sick you realise how much you work. But hey, we're here. We're still keeping going, plugging away. Sorry. More coffee needed. While my caffeine kicks in, tell me what you're up to, what you're doing, are you at work? Are you watching along? Are you playing along? Are you sitting and knitting? What are you up to? You have to be kind to yourself. Yeah. You do. And the fact that I don't feel guilty about it. I feel like I need to be working, but it's not external pressure, it's me. I'm like, I've got things to do. I need to be doing stuff. But it's not like I beat myself up for it. I'm just like, I'm irritated and frustrated. I don't feel guilty about it. I'm sick. There's nothing I can do about it. And I'm not the kind who's just going to soldier on because I don't have that many spoons. Spoon management becomes very difficult when you're sick already. When you're sick on top of everything else. So, 'tis what it is. Here we are. But I think it says a lot that we live in the kind of world where people pay lip service to the idea of, well, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to rest when you need to rest and da-da-da. The very fact that we need to constantly say that to people tells you what kind of the world we're living in, right? Well, you don't feel like you're worthy of taking a time off. It's madness. Just starting your work day, but it's going to be a long day. Oh, it's getting to that time of year, isn't it? Going to be adopting kitties this afternoon. No. Maria's adopting kitties. How many? We need the details. Deets. Deets. We need deets. And if you're on Discord, we need pictures. Gleanne, hi. Working, wishing I was knitting. I mean, yeah. Given the choice, would I rather be sitting in bed with my laptop writing fan fiction and getting over this cold? Yeah. When you hit that spot in the sickness that you're almost frustrated, you're also frustrated that you're sick. That's the worst. Yes. I'm sick of being sick. And it's not even like really sick. It's just like frustratingly, irritatingly, oh, I keep coughing and then I suddenly have a sneezing bout for 15 minutes and then I feel fine and then suddenly I can't breathe for 20 minutes. It's not even like proper. I didn't even feel properly sick. Like the last few weeks when I was actually off, I felt terrible. You couldn't have paid me to get out of bed. Nothing was getting me out of bed except Maddie needing to pee. That was it. Now I'm like, I want to be out of bed. I want to be up. I want to be doing things. I'm sick of lying in bed. It's giving me backache. Can we just move it along? Adopting 2 kitties. Hubby says 2. You say at least 2. I mean, if there's one left over. We've already got a dog and 1 cat, so we're doubling our fur babies. Pics will be on Discord later. Yay! That's what we need to see. This is the content that we're here for. So if you're on my Discord, there will be kitty pictures later. You've lost your mug of tea. How does that even happen? Tell me. No. I am the person who goes, okay, so, right, now what shall I, oh, where did it go? And then you spend like 25 minutes looking for it. You wander off, you come back and you go, how? Morning, Kelly. Chris, hi. We need thumbs up, please. Why do we need thumbs up? Thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Jane, lingering because you're sick. Have you got the same thing I've got? Have you got this? It's vile. It's horrible. It needs to go far, far away. Ugh. Anyway. So I haven't done much journaling, as you can see. What did we do last time? We did my movies, games and media. I didn't even get to fill this in. Or do that. I was looking for things. I think I did this on Saturday in class. I was thinking D&V again. Ugh. I was thinking of things to do on Saturday, just to do, like, we were looking through the Danny Gregory book. Hi Pam, thanks for the super sticker. What have we got today? Hey you and a pear. Hi pear. Pears and bears, that's what we end up with every time Pam arrives. Pears and bears. We were talking about Danny Gregory's book. So I had on my lost list, and I remembered last week I couldn't find it, so I put it on the lost list, and then I drew it so I'd found it, just so it drowned it. Antibiotics don't work with viruses, no. It's a virus, you just got to go through it. I've had all my jabs, so, I mean, that's the most you can do, is have all your jabs in advance so it doesn't get any worse. I mean, I haven't been lying in bed with asthma, and it hasn't become laryngitis or tonsillitis or pneumonia this year, which is what it normally does if I don't have my jabs. So, having had my jabs, it's a lot better, but I'm as sick as a normal person as opposed to completely floored for 2 months like I normally would be. But yeah, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is keep drinking fluids, take meds for fevers and things, and then just soldier on. Rest. That's rest and fluids. That's the answer. And stay away from people. Staying away from people works. Miss Maddie's here. Hi, Miss Maddie. Burley rubs for Maddie. Hi, baby. How you doing? You come sitting here with Mama? Huh? There you go. No, they don't, says Jane. Jane's a nurse. Jane knows what she's talking about. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about now. The other day, somebody asked me, I can't remember if it was, I thought it might have been Chris, mentioned the Great Journal, the Great something or other journal, something, Great Book of Journaling, that's it, the Great Book of Journaling, and said something about me having it. No, I don't. Not me. It's in the self-help section for a start. Not my kind of journaling. However, Mika has it. Mika Moon Tiger. So if you... She bought it recently, and I think she showed it on her YouTube channel, and I think that might be where you saw it. She's going to be reading it at some point and going through it and telling you what she thinks. So go and follow Mika Moon Tiger, because she does that kind of journaling. She does more therapy, working on the self, shadow work, dealing with healing and trauma and that kind of stuff. She's doing counselling and all that kind of thing. So she does all that kind of stuff. I just fart about in a book. Honestly, I don't journal for. I journal because I need something to do with my hands. Just because I need something to do with my hands. I can't sit and do one thing at a time. I cannot just sit and watch a movie. I've got to be doing something else at the same time. And I need somewhere to keep all my random thoughts. Because the brain is the brain. Anyway, we'll come back to this in a minute. The book, I thought whoever was talking about the Great Book of Journaling, this is what I thought they were talking about, which is the Great Diaries. Now this is a massive coffee table book. It's not very thick, so it's not enormous, but it's a big book. It's bigger than A4. And it's really good. It's a visual feast. I love looking at other people's diaries, looking at the way things are laid out, the photos, all of it. This is me. I love looking at the pictures. This is Great Diaries by, well, the foreword is by Kate Williams, but it's just more of an encyclopedia type. So it's not really got an author as such. And it's by DK Publishing, so it's cheap. I think this hardback, I think, was about £12 when I bought it. It wasn't expensive at all. I'm a big fan of DK books. They're well made. They're nice size, so you can actually see what's written on the pages and things like that. And they're always really informative. The thing I love about this particular one, this lovely marbling, isn't that pretty? The thing I love about this particular one is that it's broken up into... Look at this, isn't this fab? Ugh. It's broken up into eras, okay? So these are colour-coded. So you've got before 1500, 1500 to 1700, 1700 to 1800... You know, in sections all the way through to 1940 to present, and those colours correspond to these. The way I love this reminds me of the Reading Roots cards when you're a kid. you remember those? Where they were all different colours. And I used to like the purple ones, which were the famous people ones, and the blue ones, which were exploration and geography. Learning all about the discovery of Machu Picchu and all that kind of stuff. That's very me. Anyway. And the one that always comes to mind whenever I think of those is the purple one about Helen Keller. I really enjoyed that one for some reason. I used to go back and do it over and over and over again. I'm not quite sure why. It was like, it hit a note with me apparently. As you can see, it's not just written journaling. It includes journaling that's got sketchbooks or sketchbook journaling. It's even got Frida Kahlo in the back here, which if any of you have got her published diary, that's a visual feast as well. We've got people like Carl Jung, Franz Kafka, Van Gogh, Tolstoy, Darwin, Queen Victoria, Dorothy Wordsworth, Anne Frank, Albert Camus, Samuel Pepys, lots of people you've never heard of, Leonardo da Vinci, Mozart. Did anybody know Mozart kept a diary? Well, he did. Music catalogue as a diary. So there's loads of recognisable names there, but then there's also things that are unusual, like a vicar's diary and a gossip columnist's diary and stuff like that. It's fascinating. And pictures of diaries. This is what I need. This is what I want. I want to read the words, but also I want pages like this where I can get in there and like... Look at these Japanese paintings. Aren't they beautiful? Illustrated, illuminated manuscripts. Egyptian papyruses. Book of Days. Book of Prayers. All diaries. All types of diaries. So, I'm going to go through every page, obviously, but, you know, I'll just give you an idea of what's in here. Religious journaling. An apothecary's journal. Ah! Leonardo da Vinci. Look at this. This is amazing. Ah! I get so geeky over this stuff. Pillow books. Travellers and explorers. Samuel Pepys, who wrote in shorthand. Court records and scribes. Matsuo Bosho, the poet, Japanese poet. Look at this. Illustration and description of a flying fish from Adrian Kernan's visual book. Dutch, 1514 to 87, lived in a coastal village of Scheveningen. He lived on the coast in the Netherlands. Fisherman, fish trader, salvager. In the 1970s, when he was an old man, he began to produce illustrated manuscripts, combining handwritten text with watercolour paintings. Subject was always creatures of the sea. Eventually turned it into a book. Aren't these cool? Maddie. There's another one drawing fish. The botanist and naturalist. Naturalist? Is that right? Naturist? Naturalist. I don't know. One doesn't wear clothes and one paints flowers. I don't know which is which. I can't remember. Goethe. Another one drawing fish. Why are they all drawing fish? Oh, he's a scientist. Scientific traveller. Lewis and Clark. Look at that. The Diaries of Lewis and Clark. Pacific Explorers. Rose de Whitbricator. I don't know. Something like that. Aristocrat. A voyage around the world. So, yeah. Pre-Victorian bustles and skirts and travelling around the world by ship. That's what it reminds me of. An artist's journal. Delacroix. Nothing is so real to me as the illusions I create with my paintings. The rest is shifting sand. It's a line from his journal. It's so fun because he was such an amazing artist. And then you look at these sketches and you're like, well, they're scribbly. Look at them. They're just scribbly. They're not amazing paintings. Even in his journal, he's just scribbling. He drew an entire castle just by throwing down some colour and drawing in the doorway. That's it. He drew in the doorway and he threw some colour down and that was it. And it looks like a fortress or something. And yet, he painted that. This is an interesting format. It's really tall, but really thin. Charles Darwin, naturalist. Okay, so a naturist is the people who don't wear clothes, and a naturalist is the person who goes around looking at the world. Okay. Thanks, Charles Darwin. Thanks for that, mate. Oh, look at this book. Wouldn't you just love to pick that up and sift through it, right? Hi, DC. Mika's one of my long-time patrons and helps me out on the website and stuff like that. So she might have mentioned me in passing or something. Especially if you watched her One Book July videos, because she was on One Book July this year. So that might be the connection, and then you've just assumed it was me. But no, she does all that in-depth stuff. I'm here for the pretties. I'm here for the pretties. I'm here for the, ooh, I want to get hold of that book and flip through it. This is just fantastic. Ooh, somebody drawing feathers instead of fish. Who's that? Thoreau. Walden Thoreau. Henry Thoreau, yep. Music. Robert and Clara Schumann. Entomologist does words. Entomologist does insects. Ent for ant. That's how you remember that one. See, I know that one. Etymology is the study of words. Entomology is the study of bugs and creatures. Ent for ant. Mary Shelley. Byron. Illustrated letters and memoirs. He did something very similar to Van Gogh. He wrote letters to people that were like a journal. So he'd include like sketches and bits of writing and stuff like that. Clergyman, Francis Kilvert. Oh, I've got his published diary actually. It's quite interesting. Beatrice Webb, sociologist. I love this. This is very... it reminds me of the political magazines. Sorry about the glare. Let me put my phone underneath it, so it's just at a bit of an angle. There we go. This reminds me of the political, the satirical drawings, things like that. Conan Doyle. Did you know he drew? He drew people and things, and ooh, he painted as well. Look, fold out watercolour page showing whalers in rowing boats closing in on 2 whales. Also added photographs. What have we got? Oh, Beatrix Potter. Journal of Beatrix Potter, age 10. That's some handwriting, Moo. Wow, I can't even read it. And I'm good with cursive. This writing's much easier to read. This is some of her stories. She wrote a lot of her stories in her journals. Inventor, Edison. 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. Oh, there's only 1 page of him. Oh, he kept a travel journal when he went on holiday. Oh, interesting. Maddie, settle please. An author, an artist, Gauguin. Maddie, stop. Stop. Hey. Again. His beautiful artwork and then his sketchbooks. And yet people think art journals have got to be pristine and you've got to be good at art for it. No. Does it look vaguely like somebody with a tan lounging on a rock by the sea with somebody who doesn't have as much of a tan? Yes, it does. Is that what it actually is? I don't know. It's his journal, but that's what it looks like. Looks like people enjoying the seaside. An artillery captain. A nomad in the Sahara. Oh, another woman who went off and said, nah, I'm not going to be a housewife. I'm just going to wander around the desert. Marie Curie. What you find, and this is interesting, when you hit the 1850s, a lot more women. Like, a lot more women. And I don't know if that's the way it's curated, or if somehow journaling shifted so there was more women doing it than men, or what. I don't really know. But there's a lot more women in the second half. In the second half of the 1800s. Alice James. Iris Vaughan. And then we're into the 1900s. Virginia Woolf. Paul Klee. Ooh, look at this. He's got music and everything in here. Listening to a blind singer and a boy with a tambourine, Klee jots down a rhythm that will stay with me forever in musical form. How interesting! Using triangles for perspective and form. Polyphonic art, using music as an art form. Fantastic. Scott! Great Scott! Quick doodles. Oh, there's a massive set of pages dedicated to him. Kafka. Young. There's a lot of war poets and journalists at this point. Howard Carter, isn't that the guy who found Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun, there we go, yeah. Sketch of Tutankhamun in his, where everything was found in his tomb. Oh my god. Anubis! He drew a wolf. Anais Nin. George Orwell. Albert Camus. And then we're into the 1940s. So this is almost entirely women. Anne Frank, Frida Kahlo, a Japanese doctor who worked on the sick after Hiroshima. Sylvia Plath, who is probably, she's probably the person who got me into journaling, actually. Reading Sylvia Plath very early. I was one of those pretentious kids who was going to be a writer and poet and artist and leave volumes of journals to be published after I was long dead. You know. Carolina Maria de Jesus, diarist. Oh, literally a diarist. Somebody who kept a diary. Love it. Che Guevara. Didn't know he kept a diary. That's interesting. Derek Jarman. Andy Warhol. The private sketch diary of Molly Lamb, detailing her early army experiences. And look, this is so fun. Look at this. Look how tiny her entries are. Her minuscule writing, tiny little drawings with loads of detail, because it was during the war. So, yeah. Paper was a bit expensive during the war. You weren't always guaranteed to get another book. Yep, so there you go. That is that. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read on the train. Oscar Wilde, from The Importance of Being Earnest. So yeah, that's... Did I buy this because of the cover? Yes, I did. Am I glad I bought it anyway? Yes, I am. So there you go. That's the book. Great Diaries by DK Publishing. Fantastic book to keep on your coffee table and flip through when you need some inspiration. I wonder if more women are in the second half because women's writings were kept more often and not just tossed. It's possible. I think the reverse is more likely. I think initially women's writings were just tossed aside as not being important because women weren't important. It's only around the suffragette time that you suddenly see a lot of women writers and artists being accepted. So it could be the opposite. But also women are more visible from sort of the mid-1860s on, the mid-1800s onwards. Women become more visible. Certainly in Europe anyway, because almost all the European countries had a queen instead of a king for a change. So suddenly women were front and centre. But anyway, another journaling coffee table book. The link is down below in the description if you're interested. I think it's a UK link though, so don't expect it to work for Americanese, but it should redirect you to the American site if you want the American site or the Canadian site or the your Dutch site or whatever it is. I don't know. So, what I thought we could vaguely talk about today is the concept of daily journaling or writing or art or sketching or whatever it is that you do. Daily notebooking. And by that, I'm not talking pure planning. People who plan tend to do it every day, so that's a kind of a given. Maddie, stop whining, Baba. And while I'm doing that, I just feel like cutting up bits of paper today. So maybe I will... Oh, we're predicted snow next week. Like, what the hell? And I saw some snowy type pictures in my magazine earlier because I was flipping through this, couldn't figure out why I had it on one side here. It's because it's got lots of cute animal pictures in it. I was thinking maybe I could find some snow related stuff, maybe. Yeah. Do you keep a journal every day? Do you keep different journals? And when I say journals, I mean notebooks, diaries, sketchbooks, whatever. Do you have a book that you work in every day? Do you feel bad if you don't work in it every day? Do you need to work in it every day? Is it something you feel drawn to do all the time? Would you recommend working in a book every day? How do you work in a book every day? Do you work just however you feel like, or do you do a page a day? Do you do 3 pages a day? Are you one of those what's it called? Artist pages people. Artist way people. Morning pages. That's the word I was looking for. There we go. Morning pages people. What thinkest thou in terms of daily stuff? My personal feelings on it are that it's a good practice to be doing something every day in some way, but I don't feel necessarily that I need to keep a journal every day or sketchbook every day or whatever. I feel like I need to do something every day, but I don't feel any need for being completely consistent and doing it like only in one book or making sure I journal every day or doing a page a day or 2-page spread every day or whatever. That feels too restrictive for me. I like to play. I just like to do whatever I feel like I want to do. That's a bit snowy looking. I like that. Now, I don't want to put anything in that's too thick, because that caused a problem with this book last time and I didn't like it. Is there any wintry spread I've already got going on there? Look. And it's got something on there. Okay, that's giving me an idea. Don't have anything really wintry in here. Particularly, I just thought I'd have a look. Yeah, I'm not one of those people who advocates for forcing yourself to do something every day. I don't think it's productive. Unless you are one of those people who absolutely has to do something every day, or you just forget about it and it doesn't exist in your brain anymore. If you have an issue with practice permanence instead of object permanence, you just have practice permanence. I can totally understand that, but shed some light. It's starting to go dark. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's starting to go dark. Work in an A5 Stalogy. It's everything. To do, appointments, art, scrapbook, memory keeping, etc. Oh, that's interesting, Pam. So an A5 Stalogy they're 365 books, aren't they? So how long would that one of those last you? Doesn't last you a year, does it, if it's everything? Well, it wouldn't last me a year. It'd last me about 3 months. I'd love to journal or sketch daily, but I'm totally trash at consistency with everything. Got a small pile of things to put into my journal for memory keeping right now. Well, oh, you're at work. I was going to say go get your journal and start sticking them in, but you're at work. Consistency is tricky. The only way to get around the consistency thing and do it regularly as opposed to daily. I'm a big proponent of doing it daily. If I haven't done something, Maddie, stop. If I haven't done something for like 3 or 4 days, I have to do it. Like I haven't sketched. Aside from this, I haven't. Maddie, stop. I haven't sketched anything in my sketchbook, like actually drawn something properly. Discounting yesterday because I was sick. At least 4 days, maybe a little bit longer. I'm allowing myself some leeway because I've not been well, but that means today I'm going to sit down and grab my sketchbook and draw something, even if it's something really simple. Never heard the term practice permanence. I literally just made it up on the spot. I literally just coined the phrase practice permanence. So object permanence is where those of us with neuro antitypical brains have issues with remembering objects. We're constantly surprised by things not being where we thought they were, or losing things, or out of sight, out of mind is a great one for me. I can't have unclear storage. I have to have clear storage. If I have a pot that isn't clear, I have no idea what's in it, and I will never look. But if it's clear, then I know what's in it, I can see easily what's in it, I can grab what I need, and I will use what's in it. If it goes into a drawer or a closed space, except if it's like a collection type thing, like I have a drawer set here. The bottom one is all of my loose papers, so any type of loose paper, graphite, transfer paper, tracing paper, watercolour paper, sketch pads, all that, everything is in there, except for a small amount of printer paper, which I keep separately, because it's just easier than keep going into the drawer for it. The second drawer is all of my paints and inks, all of my acrylic paints and inks. And then the top drawer is all little pieces that I keep losing, like little clips and binder clips. If I need a binder clip, like one of these or something, the top drawer. If there's not one on my desk, it's in the top drawer. And I rotate things in and out of it depending on what I'm using at the time. So I've got all my planner stuff out at the moment because I've been using that in my planner and my journal. But before it was living in the drawer. When I'm not using all that so much, it'll go back in the drawer. But yeah, practice permanence. Literally just made it up. When you want to do it, but it just doesn't happen. And it's like that it's like that thing where you want to get up and go and change the laundry, but and it's not laziness, it's just that your brain is stuck in a loop of go and change the laundry, go and change the laundry, go and change the laundry, and it hasn't actually got to the point where it goes, okay, so first we're standing up. It can't actually do the thing. It's thinking about doing the thing and wanting to do the thing, but it can't actually execute the thing. Hence the executive dysfunction. But practice permanence is a similar thing for me. Like, if I don't do something regularly, I will stop doing it altogether. Which is what's happened to my journaling. I stopped doing it altogether because during the pandemic I stopped doing it regularly. Morning, John. Belly rubs from Maddie. She's just gone off in a huff. She'll come back in a minute. Whine at me some more. Anyway. Yeah, I was flipping through this and I had an idea where I saw that, which is very winter is coming. So I like her. This is blue and icy, and it caught my eye. And for reasons, I want to put it in my journal. It's a hamster hand with a evil eye on it. So that's going in there. I don't think there's anything else particularly. That's water, not icy. There's some blue crystals in here somewhere that I saw that I might include. I like her. She's a redhead and she's in the snow. Yeah. Let's use her. Put all my rulers away, that was clever. Oops, sorry, smacking the camera about. Polo bears. Have we got a big polar bear card that we can use? Oh, do I want a big one? No, let's use the little one. What's on the back of the little one? Nothing. Marvellous. Polo bears. Yes, I'm aware it's polar bears, but I call them polo bears. I always have. Same as I call them woofs. They're woofs, not wolves. Okay, they're woofs. I don't know if I want to use that. It's a bit thick because it's scrapbook paper. It's good. It's the kind of... It's an interesting pattern and it looks kind of like Jack... It reminds me of Jack Frost on the window pane. But I don't know if I can split this paper. I don't think it's double core paper, which means it's not very useful to be able to... Oh, maybe I can. Oh. This is a handy trick if you're... Oh, maybe I can use some of this then. Maybe just a bit. Handy trick if you don't want to get your journal all stuck through with really thick scrapbook paper is split it, and it's a bit tricky to get this to stick down. You have to use glue stick instead of a glue runner, but it works. Right, let's put that in there so it flattens out a bit. Okay. Shall I just glue this in here and be done with it? I mean, I could. I need to... The height of it is not the same, so where can we lose? We can lose some... We can lose the bottom. There's plenty of room at the bottom. So if I push this up so that it's flush at the top, using my fingers to do that, I can see where the edges are. A pencil. A pencil would be nice. Oh, there's my pencil case. There we go. Yeah. I need to do something every day, but it doesn't have to be... It has to be creative, but it doesn't have to be necessarily journaling. I don't feel like I need to do a page a day or keep stuff together or whatever. I don't feel like I have to finish one sketchbook at a time or do a double page spread or anything like that. I just, as long as I've done something, I'm good. And I think that comes from when I used to originally keep a book. I kept quite a big book and I used to just dip in and out of it. And if I used it for one single note that particular day, then I used it for one single note, and if I used it for an entire lecture note series notes then of 5 pages, then I did that, or if I used half a page for a drawing, then I did that. I didn't set limits on myself, maximum or minimum. I just used to carry this book around with me that I filled in all the time and wrote notes in and ideas and things like that. Something I think I'm going to start to do as well. My writing notebook. Obviously, my reading and writing notebook. I am using that for my fan fiction ideas and also my reading summaries and things. So it's a bit of a hybrid type affair. But I do have ideas that I think, I should write that down before I forget. And I think some of that might end up in here. And I'm just going to come up with a way of highlighting those things. So maybe, I tend to write in blue when I'm doing longhand handwriting, like that, as opposed to black in everything else. So maybe writing in blue, if I write in blue in this, that's a note for my writing journal, either to be transferred or copied over or expanded on in there as opposed to in here. But this is the one I've got in front of me, so I'm just going to take a note in here for now. Maybe that's how I'll do it. Right. Get some sticky date. So how do you work in your journal? Are you a daily journaler? And if you are you one of those people who sits down and does a session or a page or whatever? Or do you just have your book with you throughout the day and you add bits to it as and when? What's your journaling style? Should we have a poll? Let's have a poll. How do we add a poll? We use the add button. There we go. Start a poll. Okay, so question. Are you I'm not going to say daily, because daily feels like must sit down and do it. I'm going to say regular journaler. Notebooker. Yes. Every day. Rigid format. So like you do a page a day. Yes. Whatever I feel like. No. Whenever the mood strikes. Which is a bit like, it's a bit different to an everyday rigid format. I'm thinking like you do a page a day or 3 pages a day or whatever. Yes, whenever I feel like, or whatever I feel like, is more kind of a, well, today I feel like writing a, Maddie, stop. Today I feel like writing a page, or today I feel like doing a collage, or today I feel like sketching something, or today I feel like just going in and filling in gaps from other entries, or whatever, just less rigid format. But no, whenever the mood strikes is more kind of a, well, I might journal for 3 days in a row and then I might not pick it up again for a week. That kind of thing. No, but I do something every day, which is me. So I sketch, I journal, I paint, I write, I sew, I crochet. I always do something creative every day. And if I haven't done it for 3 days, then I make sure that I do something that day or the next day. So there you go. There's the poll is live. I am a do something every day. I can't do anything on my own poll. God damn it. There you go. I'm a do something every day, whether it's a sketch or a journal or a collage or something. One of my books gets something in it every day. Or I sew, or I knit, crochet, or I collage, or whatever. I'd love to journal or sketch daily. Oh, I read that one. You use the A5 Stalogy, but you have side books. 3 months, 4 books a year. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. So you're quite a regular notebook keeper if you're going through 4 books a year. about 3 months. That's a regular, even if even if you took out all the planning and to-do lists, you can't fill one of those 350-page books with just planning and to-do lists unless you're leaving a lot of white space. So yeah, you've obviously got other things that you're putting in there. Maddie, stop. I've never heard that's weird. Okay. Did I miss Pam's comment? Or did I don't know. And then there's John. Maybe in the late 1800s more women had access to journals, or women's rights led to more availability to stuff. Yeah, that's another possibility. I'm thinking women's rights made them more accepted. I think prior to that, maybe women's stuff was seen as a bit trite and not important enough to worry about. Not important enough to keep. What could women have to say about anything? Because really, before that, the only women's journals we see are things like pillow books. I mean, pillow book was literally a woman's journal. Housekeeping books, prayer books, stuff like that. We don't even see commonplace books because women, by and large, didn't read. That's another thing. If women didn't read, did they write? And therefore, were they not even capable of keeping a written journal? There. Belly rubs for Maddie. Oh, I've got such an itchy nose. Ugh. Rish! Hey, Rish. We're talking about daily journaling today, guys. Do you journal daily? And if so, why? And if not, why not? And if so, how? Are you a 2 pages a day, 3 pages in the morning kind of person? Or are you a, as long as I do something, it's fine? Are you a whatever, whenever, no pressure kind of person? What's your jam? I'm a keep your hands busy kind of a gal. Right, hang on a minute. That's going to be stuck. Where's that going to be? So this is going to be the outside corner. So the outside corner needs a little bit more shoring up than the inside. So I'll put it that side. Okie dokie. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on the edge. That's going to sit flush there. That's going to go on there. Hi, baby. I see you. I hear you. Hi. You're lovely. You're weird, but you're lovely. I know. I know. Right, so there's that. And then this is going to be my wintry page. Maddie, what's the matter? Why for do you whine? Do you need to go out? Is that what's up with you? I think she needs to go out. Give me a sec. Madge! What are we doing? Do we need to go out? Come on then. Come on, don't stop for snacks. Come on, can we go out? Let's go. Don't have time for that. We're back. That's why my chair won't move. It's stuck on the rug. Ooh. Oh, the bones ache. Indigo, hi there. You ever heard of Clutterbug? She categorized different organised styles. You sound like a butterfly, which I think I am too. Oh, that sounds interesting. A butterfly as in flitting around from one thing to the next and just doing, always on the move, always doing something. I think I don't know what our categories are, but in that sense I would class myself more as a bee than a butterfly. Because it's not just flitting around from one thing to the next, la la la, lots of whimsy, which is what makes me think butterflies. But bees are busy. Bees have got things to do, things to accomplish, they're doing stuff. Here we go, you know. And they're working on things, and that's me. I have to be busy all the time. I have to be doing stuff. I have to be constantly engaged. I don't just sit still. What even is that? So, turns out this picture may be too big, as may this one, but that's okay. I can always use them on another page. I do like the polar bear. I think he'll look quite cute there. I might even leave his little red bit. I think the polar bear is cute. I think that could work. Where's the... Oh, I put it in the back of my journal, didn't I? Okay. Shall I use... Yeah, I think I'll leave the red on that. That looks kind of cool. I like the red. A little pop, because there's red here. And there's reddish pink and red here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's trim this thing down a little bit. Get rid of some of the white paper. Oh, actually, let's tear it so that it's more organic shape. Blue stick. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, I'm a bee. Because honestly, even when I'm not busy, I look busy. You know what I mean? Where's that black paper? Reminiscent of old Jack Frost. Let's put some of that up there, I think. That's going to come to there. That can go there. Okay, that works. And because this is going to be in the crease, I'm just going to give it a little bit of reinforcement along the edge. So that it stays put, doesn't lift up. Okay, come on. Okay, and then we've got the polo bears. Another question, if you are a daily-ish journaler, or a regular journaler, let's use the word regular because not everybody journals every single day, but most of us journal regularly. Do you have particular things that you regularly record, like the weather or stuff like that? Or do you just freeform it and do whatever you feel like writing about or drawing about or etc.? Do you just include anything and everything, or do you only include positive things, or do you what's your poison? What's your poison, people? Come on, talk to me. Tell me about these things. I am interested. As Emily would say, I have questions. Let's see how the poll's going. 62% of us are no whenever the mood strikes. 31 regular journal or notebook are whatever I feel like, so not a set format. Nobody's got a rigid format, so we've got nobody doing 1 page or a double page spread or 3 pages a day specifically. That's not surprising because a lot of the people who do like the Artist's Way 3 morning pages, that is a rigid format, but most of them do something else as well. So that makes sense. We should have had a bit of both option, but there wasn't 5 options. And then we've got no, but I do something every day, 8%. So creative-y type notebookers as opposed to regular daily journalers. Interesting. Okay. I mean, actually, she could fit. She could fit. Let's get rid of this bit. I don't know what it is about this picture. I just like it. I just really like her. I think she's cool. Is she too big, though? I'm not really losing anything major there. If I put her in the corner here. Maybe we lose her arm. It takes up a bit less space. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Bit of a proxy trimming. Which is, it's like fussy cutting, but it's not as exact. Love looking back at what women did, like how they run their household, dinners they made, clothes they wore. So interesting. Yeah, that whole kind of household planner type journaling is really interesting. Especially where they kept accounts of what money they had and what they spent it on and stuff like that. I find that fascinating. It's funny because that's what we do, isn't it? And we go, oh yeah, but that's boring. That's just me planning. But, that, you know, in 50 years' time, that's going to be interesting. What our parents and grandparents were doing 50, 60 years ago is interesting now. Even what we were doing as kids is interesting now. You know, when you look back at old journals and you're like, oh my God, a loaf of bread was 34 pence. What the hell? You know? And now it's £1.34. Okay. Yeah, I think that fits there, actually. I think that's... Sorry about the glare. I can't do anything about the glare. I've got the lights on. It's either we have a bit of glare because the lights are on, or you don't see anything. Pick. Pick a side. Let's use this book. It's a bit flatter. There we go. Look what we've got for the Halloween Chronicles. Oh yeah! The Halloween Chronicle, Christmas Chronicles, not the Halloween Chronicles. We've done the Halloween Chronicles. We're finishing it this week. The Christmas Chronicles, Midwinter Chronicles, Seasonal Chronicles, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Bit of journaling, bit of planning, include your December dailies if you want to, all that kind of stuff. Basically getting creative and doing stuff for ourselves, taking some time to do things for us during the craziness. That is available over on my Patreon shop if you want to come and join us. We're starting, I think, December 1st. I might put a few things up before December 1st, so anybody who wants to print things or anything like that can do that. But yeah, I think that's what I'll be doing. Oh, I also have one place to give away on the Christmas Chronicles class. It's a mini class that runs in December. For those who aren't familiar with it, we do journaling, we do planning, we do whatever you want to add into it, like your December dailies or 1 word a day or whatever it is you want to do, or you sketch or you junk journal or whatever. I will also be incorporating some of the journal prompts from Kia's Winter Challenge, which I can't tell you much about yet because she hasn't announced it yet. But spoiler alert, I will be doing a stream on Christmas Day. Because what else am I going to be doing Christmas Day? Watching The Muppets Christmas Carol. Again. We have journaling prompts, we have planning prompts if you need to get organised. All sorts of stuff. And you get an audiobook to listen to while we're doing it, which this year is The Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's our theme. You don't have to use the theme, but that's what my theme is. So there we go. I want to put some dark grey on this thing. Have I got... let's use that again. I used this yesterday and it worked. No, it's not dark enough. I need to move that. It's in the way. It needs to go back in the drawer. I need a greyish green. You'll do. There we go. Just want to break some of this white up, that's all. There we go. See, that disguises that nicely. Okay, I think I want to add some more bits of red. And I also want to add some colour, but I want to do minimalist colour. So, let's grab some muted colours. There's a muted colour and a muted colour. And a bluey grey. And a grey blue, purpley blue. And a really dark green. That could work. So I've got some really dark, wintry, icy colours. Let's see. It's really just getting rid of all these harsh edges. Going for like a drippy icicle sort of look. There. Yeah, don't do that. You get it all over your fingers. I was reading about the 1940s and how food was rationed, and in the Betty Crocker cookbook, try and say that fast, tells you how to plan meals based on the 7 food groups, so it wasn't just a cookbook. Oh right, that's good. I'll write about anything. It's a good way for me to process things, but also remember things. Cody was saying about that the other day, that she doesn't journal to process things necessarily. She does it so she remembers things. I'm a bit the same. If it's not written down, I don't remember it. No idea. Book I read last week, if I haven't written down a summary of it somewhere, I've no idea what it's about or whether I've read it. It's a big help when hubby hit a rough patch and did counselling. Oh, right, yeah. Because when other people do counselling and therapy and stuff, it doesn't just affect them. You have to do some kind of shadow work yourself. More arty than written, but when writing, I'm normally moaning about work. Jane. We love you, Jane. Yeah, I'm more arty and creative than writey. I don't really write. If I'm going to put my energy into writing, I'm going to be writing my fan fiction. Same as if I'm going to be putting a lot of energy into doing something really arty, I'm going to be doing it in my sketchbook. This is just play. This is just making marks on the page. This is not art. In my head, anyway. I'm not processing anything. I'm just making a page look wintry because they said it was going to snow. See the difference? Whereas my art journaling is me processing something. Chris too. The customers here. How can you function if you don't know how to use your debit card? Yeah. Oh, Jane's is mostly about her colleagues. And mine is about staff and the weird and wonderful crap that they do. Yeah. More of a moth due to the amount of night shifts. Yes. Nightmare Before Christmas is 30 this year. Yes, that's why I chose it. Originally, we were going to do Coraline, but given the current things that are happening there, I decided that was not necessarily a choice that people would want to do. So we changed it to Nightmare Before Christmas, because Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. The clue is in the title. And therefore, we're doing The Nightmare Before Christmas. Hey, Tyler. Ooh, that's come unstuck there. Stick that bit back on. Oh, look, hairs everywhere. Makes a change it's one of mine and not one of Maddie's. What was I going to do? Oh, that movie colour. Oh, I've already done that movie colour. Where's the... That's the greeny colour. That's... Oh, here we go, this one. Oh, that's a bit too light. Don't want that. There we go, that's a bit better. That's more... I mean, it's also light, but... Not enough dark colours in these pens. The darker colours tend to be bright colours, and I don't want bright colours, I want dark colours. But I do have a nice dark blue here, so reduce that a bit. Blackish colour. Black, that's a blackish colour. We could use black, couldn't we? There we go. Keep switching over from my other camera, so I'm looking at the wrong thing. Because you're not too much up with stuff, what is going on regarding Coraline? It's not Coraline specifically, it's the author. Yeah, like Tyler said. Tyler's put it in chat for anybody who wants to look it up or whatever. Right. I feel like it needs a little brighter colours. Like this yellowy colour needs to come in somewhere. But I want a different texture, so let's grab some oil pastels. Because this page is going to be folded in anyway. So it doesn't really matter if they like smudge onto each other, because it's the same page. It's going to be folded in like that, so it'd be kind of self-protected. Let's have a bit of this. Oh, there we go. That's good. Just add some this yellow in the background. I'll just reminds me of, like, you know, like on winter days when you get that low-lying sun coming through the trees and it's like really bright but it's cold. That's what it's giving me. Ooh, that was a very Gen Z phrase. Down with the kids, me. Yeah, and it matches her hair, so it's just got that nice kind of warmth here and there where the sun's catching things, but I don't want it to be too warm, so we're going to add some blue in as well. There we go. What other colour? Oh, this purple might be quite nice. Ooh, I like that. That's soft. And these are Senneliers, so they smudge really nicely. So they give kind of misty quality. There we go. So this is like art journaling for fun, because I want to play, not because I'm making some kind of deep and meaningful spread. It's just like, oh, winter's coming. Right? And of course I want to make some kind of a note of that somewhere. So I think here I will grab, where's my, oh, this will work because this is really dark and a bit smudgy, but that's okay because I'll spray it. What's the date? 14th. 14/11/2024. Snow. Forecast for next week. This is a super soft jumbo pencil. It's a 2B. So it's quite smudgy, but also it works over things like pastel and stuff like that. Snow forecast for next week. It's very unusual for us to get snow in November. Maybe the odd flurry overnight, but we're getting forecast 4 or 5 days of snow next week during the day. Snow during the day. That means A, it's going to be blooming cold, and the last time it snowed in November, it didn't stop until February. So it might be a cold winter. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Right. Bit of hairspray. Hairspray is just fixative, but with a less fine nozzle, so you don't get such a clear, such an even coat. People who have trouble with yellowing in their journals using hairspray, don't use hairspray with silicone in it, because as we all know, silicone yellows over time. Don't use hairspray with silicone or conditioner or whatever. You want the cheapest, spray it on your mohawk type hairspray. This is just maximum hold silver crin. It used to come in a gold bottle. It's that really really toxic stuff. It's actually, it's not too bad as long as you don't breathe it in. She says breathing it in. Yeah, it used to come in a big gold spray bottle. This is the new version. Aquanet is what you really want. The stuff us goths used in the 80s with the pink top. Maximum hold Aquanet. That's what you really need. And remember that hairspray is basically glue. So until it's cured and completely dry, you don't want to be putting your pages together because they will stick. So even though the pencil and the whatever is set now, I will put a piece of, if I can find any, literally had some here earlier. Where's it all gone? Literally in my hand earlier. Here we go again. Where did it go? I thought I put it inside a book somewhere. Maybe I put it in here. Ah, there we go. Exactly what I'm looking for. So there's a piece of greaseproof paper. Let's use the one that doesn't have coffee stains all over it. Maybe wipe the coffee stains off of that one. Yeah, so that'll stop that sticking together. That's basically winter is coming. I might even do some lettering on it. Or cut out some words and stick them on or something like that. I might not. I might not need to. But I feel like a winter is coming thing needs to be on there somewhere. So there we go. There's another page in my old journal. This was an old page that I took out of a moleskin sketchbook because I needed to take out the page underneath for scanning, and this one came out with it, so that happened. Am I fussy? No, but will that bug me? Yes. Because it's along the bottom. If it was on the top or the side, I mean the side is like that, doesn't matter. The top doesn't matter. But if it's at the bottom, that's where I put all my tabs, and it bugs me if I can feel it. No snow for you, you're too far south. Yeah. You're far too warm down there. But yeah, we've got snow here in the Midlands. Hobbit country. We be getting snow next week. Looks like flurries and on and off, but it's, yeah, there's going to be snow. Not going to be very warm either. It's 16 degrees today. It's quite warm because the sun's out. Okie dokie. There we go. So now I think we're getting into our journal. Do you think? Oh, are we getting into our journal? I feel like we're getting into our journal. So, yeah, I feel like we're... Oh, I still haven't done that list. I feel like we're getting into it. I've got something to put on that page. I've got some filling out to do on these pages. I feel like it's getting looser as I go along. It is taking me a little while to get back into it. But I think overall we're doing all right. Let's see where our poll is up to. So, are you a regular, as opposed to... we're not restricting it to daily, but daily or regular journaler / notebooker. Yes, every day, rigid format, so page a day, 2 pages a day, etc. 0%. 0 percentile. No, we don't do that here. There we go. Yes, whatever I feel like. So, yes, you do it daily or regularly, but, you know, what you do and how you do it is flexible. 25%. By far, the prevailing ones at 69% is no. So not regularly, just whenever the mood strikes. So consistent, but not regular. And then us 6%ers, no, but I do something every day, because we wear many hats, and sometimes we journal, and sometimes we sketch, and sometimes we collage, and sometimes we write fan fiction, and sometimes we crochet, and sometimes we paint, and but we do something creative every day, but not necessarily journaling, notebooking, etc. Let's end the poll, because I always forget to end the poll. There we go. I think it publishes the results at the end of the chat. Yeah. At first I was like, oh no, we're cancelling someone else, but Coraline has such a dear place in our family. I think, unlike the knee-jerkers on the cesspit that Twitter has become, most of us can separate the creator from the creation. I've always said that he's one of my favourite authors, one of my top 3 authors. I may now rephrase that. I mean, I'm not, you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to both sides until proven one way or the other. I'm not about to cancel anybody just on somebody else's say-so, but also, trust but verify as far as what's being said. You can't just dismiss things like that out of hand. That's gone on for far too long. But I also don't believe in cancelling people before it's been absolutely either proven in court or, until it's some kind of resolution of some sort. Anyway, yeah, I may be rephrasing it to say that those books or his works are some of my favourites. No snow for you, you're too far south. I read that already. Why is my chat backfilling? That can't be me. I mean, I know I'm a bit weird with keeping up with chat, but I don't normally... I miss one or two things, but I don't normally have... I read something and then I read something else and then I go back and it's the same thing is there again. What is going on? YouTube, is your chat being weird? Is it? Is it? I think it is. I mean, everything else on YouTube is weird. Somehow my follower count has gone up by over 150, but I lost 22 followers. I mean, I'm bad at maths, but I'm not that bad. I know that minus 22 does not mean plus 150. Because those two messages came through at the same time. Oh, right, okay. Could be some kind of server lag thing. Oh, there's the poll. My goodness, there's some lag. I think what I might try and do is up the latency. Or drop the latency, whatever it is. I've got it set to normal at the moment. Maybe it's too long a delay. Because it seems to get longer as the stream goes on. It starts off like a couple of seconds. And by the end of the stream, it's like 10 minutes. Which is why I have to put the black screen up and the music on until I see the end of the stream. Because if I close it when I can't see the end of the stream, it cuts off the end of the stream for everybody. It doesn't save on the replay. But if I wait until my stream cuts off, the replay has like an extra 5 minutes of black silence like it did yesterday. It's weird. I don't understand it. So I'm just down to, let's black screen it, put some music on. If you hear weird things in the background, then you hear weird things in the background. I can't help that. That's how the sound works on this thing until I find some other way of doing it. And then it's not the same every stream either. No, it changes, doesn't it? Sometimes it's in sync and sometimes it's laggy, and sometimes it'll start in sync and then it'll go really laggy and then it'll catch up again. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre? Yeah, it really is. It's the most peculiar thing. I don't have any of this here to do right now. I don't want to write on stream. Should I draw something? Maybe I'll start drawing something. I've got like 4 minutes. What can we draw in 4 minutes? Can I be bothered to draw anything in 4 minutes? What can we draw? Let's draw. Am I drawing my coffee tumbler? Yep. Oh, it's damn cough. It needs to go away. I can't remember if this pen is waterproof or not. I think it's running out of ink. Oh, god damn it. I think that hairspray might have gone down my throat. Don't breathe hairspray in, kids. Coffee, coffee, it's our drink. If we don't have it, we can't think. There you go, coffee tumbler. Got notification about the Starbucks app for the cup. It's a legit Red Stanley. It is a Red Stanley. Ooh, this is water soluble. Marvellous. Let me show you a neat trick for making a really scratchy drawing like this look about 50 times better. Water brush. Am I wiping it on my sleeve? Yes, I am. Black ink is black jumper. Who's going to know? There you go. 5-minute sketch. It actually looks a bit dark there, so that's... Ta-da! Doesn't mention the price, but it's going to be so expensive. Yeah, because it's an exclusive. They're what, 40, 45 quid normally? The math is not mathing with the subscription count. Yeah, the math doesn't math. The math doesn't even pretend to math. The only thing I can think is that minus 22 is how many people have unsubscribed, but not an overall total of subscriptions. So the plus 50 is the overall total. Overall, 170 odd people subscribed and 20 odd people unsubscribed. That's the only way I can think that it works. Otherwise, it's just garbage. Right? Okay, what we're going to do with all this white space? Ooh, throw down some colour, eh? Shall we? I'm very into this mauve at the moment, so let's use that. It's winter. It's coming to winter. I'm an Aquarian. That's the colour of winter. So here we are. You're not going back in. Go back in. Yes, that is my little box of broken Neocolor 2s. My big box of broken Neocolor 2s is no better. How can you tell if somebody uses their Neocolor 2s a lot? They look like this. Because every time you pick them up, they break. I need a bigger brush for this. Actually, let's just grab a brush and some water. Ooh, that's dirty water. Never mind. That's very dirty water. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we swap the brushes over and use the water in here with this brush. Maybe that's a better idea. This is a big wide brush, so it's got red on it at the moment though, so we'll get rid of that. Oh, that's nice. It's got kind of a greyish, wintry, grungy kind of look to it. Yeah, that's all right. I need to go refill my water brushes is what I need to do. I need to stop swapping them over like this, and I need to just go and rinse them all out and wash the brushes and refill them. See, none of them match because I keep swapping them over. If you didn't need one before, you definitely need one now. $54.99. Oh, if you didn't need one before, you definitely don't need one now. Yeah, this is my pseudo Stanley. I've been using it this morning, so it's got coffee drips all over it. Sorry. This is a buy bun sticker. This is almost exactly like a Stanley. I've broken the lid. They're sending me a new one because it's got a lifetime guarantee. Somehow I went like that and a massive chunk of the lid fell off, so now it doesn't stay closed properly. But they're ordering me a new one, no questions. This cost me $12.99 on Amazon. I don't need a cup that's 60 quid. If I suddenly decide that I need a red one to go with my purple one, like a red Christmassy one, I'll just go and buy another one of these in red. They do a red metallic one, actually, that's like £14. For the extra £2, I might treat myself and get the metallic one. But I'm not going to spend 55 quid on a Stanley Cup just because it's well, I'm not going to spend that much money on a Stanley Cup anyway, but I'm not going to spend that much money on a special collaboration just because it's Starbucks. It's not even... Yeah, $12.99 with a lifetime warranty. It's fantastic. I'll put a link in the description later if you're interested, because they are on my shop. It's an affiliate link, but it's not. It doesn't cost you anything. But yeah, these are just as good. They're just as durable. Oh, it keeps coffee warm for hours. Well, not at the moment because the lid's broken, so it's the seal is not working properly anymore because this doesn't clip down tight. But yeah, I've taken this out on dog walks And like an hour and a half later, my coffee's still hot. It does a better job of keeping things cold. So if I make iced coffee, 5 hours later I can open it and the ice is still not melted. It doesn't keep things as hot, but you make it boiling and like 2-3 hours later it's drinkable temperature. It's still a bit too hot actually for me. But it depends how much you have the lid open. If you've got the lid open, it cools down faster than if you've got the lid closed. But it's completely waterproof as well. That's why I bought this one. And it's got a handle. Does a Starbucks fancy Christmas Stanley have a handle? And does it have a handle that's big enough to put your entire hand through so your hand's free? Does it? No, didn't think so. Does it also have a water spout on the other side? Huh? Does it? No? No, I didn't think so. 13 quid. Look at that. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 pages in my journal today, technically. Yeah, the handle's great. The handle is fantastic. I've got a carbiner clip. And I hang this off the edge of Maddie's lead. So I can hold on to this with 2 fingers. And I've got Maddie's lead that I'm holding on just in case she decides to run. But the whole thing is then clipped to my waist. So it's actually on my waist. It's not... Because it's easier to hold. Because my hands are not very strong enough to hold on to Maddie if she takes off after a squirrel. So she's carbinered to my waist. So it's all hands-free. But I clip that to the carbiner and then I just hold on to that and the lead. The only thing that bugs me, and it bugs me with all of these cups, is that this is so small, because it's supposed to fit in a cup holder, obviously, that it makes, once it's less than half full, it tends to get a bit wobbly. And if you jog the table or something, it falls over. Which is fine, because it's durable and non-breakable, which is why it's got a lifetime warranty. This is broken. It literally broke where I flip it up all the time. There. So they said once I get the new lid, they've asked me to send this bit back so they can look at it and see if it's like a manufacturing default or what. Somebody needs to invent something that is basically a holder with a beveled edge. Like this, but the other way around, right? So it goes like that around the edge. But not that wide. Just like... And then you can put your coffee cup in it and it doesn't wobble. That's what... Somebody must be able to 3D print that. Come on. Somebody... You can have the copyright. I don't care. Sell it. Great idea. Just... This is what we need. Okay? It needs to look... Let me draw it. Right? It needs to look like this. It needs to look like this. Like that. Oh, let me do it in pen, because that's not going to show up on camera, is it? Let me do it in pen. Okay. So it needs to be like this. It needs to have a little thin ridge to it, make it sturdy. It needs to come down like that a little bit. I mean, you can make it fancy and beveled if you want to. It doesn't really matter. That is what I need, okay? So that the stupid bit of this cup can fit, like basically a desktop cup holder is what I need, so that I can put these stupid cups in that have these stupid things like this. This pen doesn't want to work. desktop cup holder. Somebody with a 3D printer, make me one of them, please. See? That's what I need. That's what I need. Like an elephant foot riser. Like the elephant foot bed risers. Exactly like that. Exactly like that. Yes. That is exactly what I'm talking about. They look like upside down plant pots. Like that. And then you've got a dip here where the leg sits in. So it comes down in here in the middle rather than just having a thin bit. And you put it on there like that and your cup doesn't fall over. That's exactly what I need. Upside down plant pot. Actually, if I took the centre out of this plant pot. Oh no, it's not big enough. If I took the centre out of that plant pot and this fitted, I could do that. That would work. But it won't work because... Ew, that needed emptying out, didn't it? Dog hair. It's a thing. We call it dog glitter. We call it Maddie glitter in this house. It's Maddie glitter. Okie doke. And that. Yes, exactly like an elephant foot bed riser. Needs to be solid at the bottom. Needs to have a deep thing with a wider base. Just to counteract the width of this. So that it doesn't keep toppling over. That's what I need. Thank you and good night. Please make me one. Somebody with an A3 printer, make me one of them. Right, I'm going to call it a day because my throat is getting worse and worse and I've got a class this afternoon. So if you're on Patreon, we're back at 5 for some more journaling. But I did think maybe we could do a stitchy class today, maybe? Because we are doing journaling all month. Focusing on journaling all month. I thought it would be, since we were all talking about crochet and projects and stuff the other day, it might be nice to just sit and crochet and chat. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, we'll decide when we get there. That's what we normally do. So, as usual, I need to set up some sort of outro, I think, that I can play at the end. So that as soon as I see that, it cuts off. So that it doesn't cut off the actual... I need to figure all this out over Christmas. It's something I'm going to do while I'm not working. Let's just try and figure out all the bits that I need to put together. Because I can't do it while I'm trying to do other things. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go to a black screen. You will get some music. It will be a little bit louder. So if you're listening on headphones, you might want to turn your sound off. And that will run until I don't see any stream anymore, which could be 10 minutes. But I'm not here. If you hear noises in the background, it's just me picking up on the microphone. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you all. Ooh, we're not here tomorrow because I missed a day. See you all next week on Tuesday. See you all Tuesday. Have fun. Goodbye.